Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I promised when I started school I would keep you all up to date with everything involving school. I've sucked at doing that, but a very important update has happened, so I thought I'd keep you all in the loop. So basically, I've been in a really long fight with the Canadian National Student Loan Service Center about student loan repayment. The rules are you are not to enter into repayment while you're still a full-time student. I have never stopped being a full-time student, and apparently I had to make a $50 payment today before they would recognize I am still a student. And personally, that seems to me like I they're kind of like bribing me, like if you want to get a repayment, you have to pay money that you're technically not supposed to be paying. But as someone who is very, very, very extremely strapped for cash, I had no choice but to fall into whatever messed up thing they have going on with my account. I did have the option to appeal it, but after spending 45 minutes on the phone with them already, which I'll get into in a minute, I did not have the mental energy to go through an appeal as it's late afternoon, and I wasn't expecting to have to do this because I never stopped being a full-time student. So basically, what happens apparently when you do distance education is if you extend your courses, then it can mess with your student loan status. I get that because some people will use extensions to slack off and not work at it full time, but I'm permanently disabled. I never stopped putting in as many hours as I could. I was always, every single week, I was always doing as much as I was physically capable of. And I offered to show proof that I was still a student, who, due to COVID, we had to do our exams from home and pay a service to write them. So I offered to send them the receipts that clearly mark that they are for exams and they're clearly dated. Or to send screenshots showing when I submitted assignments, or the screenshot that says when my course starts and when my course ended. They didn't want any of that. So I had to pay $50 interest, which is fine. Well, it's not really because now I can't afford my medications for the next couple months, or if I get my medications, I can't afford something else for the next couple months to make up for that, because when you don't have a lot of money and you have an unexpected expense, money doesn't randomly sprout from the ground for you to take care of that expense. You have to get rid of it somewhere else. And yes, I still do fun stuff. Yes, I still have my Amazon Prime and stuff like that, but especially now when we're a year into a pandemic, everyone needs a bit of fun. So some people may say oh, cut out your Prime membership for a few months. No, that's one of the only things keeping me sane during this pandemic. And same with a few other things, I have very few fun things that I like to do, and most of them, it's really hard to do in a pandemic. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with. So basically, after they refused to acknowledge that I was a full-time student and always have been, like I said, they He told me that for them to, like, when I called a few weeks ago, it was fill out the confirmation of enrollment form on our website and you'll be a full-time student in our system again. Okay, I did that. And then today I got the letter saying my account was still in bad standing, so I called them back and they're like, okay, now you gotta pay $50 for you to be registered as a full-time student in our system again. It's like someone could have told me that a couple weeks ago, and then maybe I wouldn't have got my last set of pills. Maybe I would have, you know, not bought lunch food for a week and not had lunch. Like, there's a few things I could have done. Like, I've been feeling sick a lot the past couple weeks anyway, so I probably could have been fine on 2 meals a day. But they didn't. They told me at the last minute when I explained to them, like, hey, I'm struggling to pay rent every month. Like, my EI's running out and stuff like that. They're like, well, can you pay by the end of the month? And like by the end of the month, the payment, the $50 probably wouldn't have cut it. It probably would have been more by then because the fact that I've accumulated $50 in like what they think is 3.5 months that I should have paid, that seems like a lot of interest. So, like, I honestly don't know what's going on in their system, but I can tell you this after this experience, I really don't recommend anyone go through the National Student Loan System. I I know every province is a bit different, and I don't even remember what my province's rules and regulations are, but I would definitely just get a provincial loan. Like, if I had to do this all over again, and it's possible, I would just get a provincial loan and forget the national loan because it's not worth the headaches. The provincial loan people had been nothing but great with me except for one minor hiccup, but it was easy to get over and they actually listened and wanted to help solve the problem. The National Student Loan Center they just wanted, I could be wrong, but it seems like they just want to free the phone line, so they say no, so I can't help you, no, so I can't help you because they want to get on to the next person. That may not be true, but that's really what it felt like today because, like, I tried explaining, like, my bank account is in overdraft. Like, I really can't pay you, and and like I said, the $50 had I paid till the end of the month, and hopefully gotten some money, they probably would be asking for more. So I went ahead and I paid it today, and they told me on the phone that like as soon as I pay, it'll go back into student status. I paid, and it says it's going to take 3 to 5 business days for it to go to my account. So it didn't happen as soon as I paid, like they said, and for all I know, in 3 to 5 days, the interest might be more. And the $50 might not have cut it. Like, I just feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole, and I know that my whole life I've heard scary stories about student loans, but like this is well beyond any scary student loan story I've ever heard. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this can't keep going on. Like, I just don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I mean, I paid for it today, I maxed out my overdraft, and I have to somehow buy groceries tomorrow. And I have bills coming out Friday, and now I back down to no money. So that's basically what's going on, and I didn't mean to rant and get all emotional. I just want to say, like, National Student Loan Service Center is not a good experience, and I don't recommend it. That's the moral of the story. So that's all I have to say today, and I'll see y'all next time.